The bastions were made to strengthen the fort walls and to provide additional space for armories like passage of hot oil and later guns. The fort is also known as the masterpiece because of its magnificent and splendid architecture. Well, after visiting the excavation gallery, now proceed to the next. Sculptures constitute the most interesting section in the museum. It has some of the ancient, rare, and unique pieces which have been acquired from Pushkar, Athai Tinka Chopra, Bhaghera, Pishankan, Sirohi, etc. These sculptures rank in date from Gupta period down to the 19th century AD, represent Shaiv, Vaishnava and Jain paths respectively. A magnificent piece of art, a statue of Shiva and Parvati, belongs to 10th century AD that apparently depicts the effortless dexterity of the great artists of that time. Another astounding statue of Shiva belongs to 14th to 16th century AD. The moment of the aesthetic experience is stated in Indian thought to be akin to Brahmananda, or final ecstasy of salvation itself. There are no gods in the early philosophic vision of India. There are deities who are the personifications of concepts and qualities. The qualities are within us. When we respond to these deities brought to us in art, we awaken those fine aspects within us. When we are filled by that grace, there is no space left for base desires and pain. We have become that deity. The majority of scriptural collection is assignable to 10th to 12th century AD. It was the period during which the Chauhan kings of the Ajmer like Shimraj, Vigraraj II, Vigraraj III, Ajaydev, etc. ruled the city. The tradition of Indian sculpture extends from the Indus Valley civilization of 2500 to 1800 BCE, during which time small terracotta figurines were produced. The subject matter of Indian sculpture was almost invariably abstracted human forms that were used to instruct people in the truths of the Hindu, Buddhist, or Jain religions. The gallery contains selected examples of different art styles that developed simultaneously in different regions during this period. The disintegration of the Gupta Empire at the end of the 6th century AD resulted in the growth of regional branches of art and the rise of local powers. Regional powers such as the Pals and the Sen in east, the Chols, rulers and Nayaks of Vijayanagar in the south, and the Pratiharas, Chauhans, Parmars and Chandels in the north, continued to encourage temple art and architect in India. Under the patronage of various rulers and kings in Rajasthan, some splendid and exquisite temples were built. The art of this period depicts the expansion of the deity and human form, an increase in facial features and ceremonial postures. Foot carvings were also done during this period. The Indian stylistic tradition of representing the body as a series of smooth, very simplified planes, the detail of facial parts, hair, headgear, jewelry, and the halos behind figures are carved very precisely, giving a pleasing contrast with the emphasis on broad swelling masses in the body. Another spellbinding piece of art, a statue of Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, belongs to 8th century AD. Among these art specimens, there are some of the super masterpieces like Lingodbha, Maheshwar, Chaturmukh, Shivlinga, Lakshmi Narayan, Varahi, which belongs to 11th century AD, etc. Another magnificent and exquisite piece of art, a statue of Shiva which belongs to 10th century AD. One of the super masterpieces of these art, a statue of Lakulesh which belongs to 10th century AD. The phenomenal world of separated beings and objects seen around us is an illusion, perceived and brought to us by our senses. Observed in this, we are blinded to the reality beyond. The primary illusion is the perception of ourselves as individual identities, which leads us on path of ego in existence. The high purpose in life is to see reintegration with the One, to perceive ourselves as part of the beauty of the divine. A magnificent statue of Lord Surya, which belongs to 10th century AD.